Trapmore gang, today is January the 2nd, 2026. Today is exactly 1 year to the very day since Celeste Rivas Hernandez was last seen alive, at least in a picture that has now been released officially. This is the young 14-year-old girl that was found deceased in the trunk of a Tesla belonging to the singer David, towed away from a couple of streets away from the Hollywood home that he was living in. And there's some very suspicious questions being asked. And we're finally seeing this final picture. There were pictures going around of what looked like David and Celeste out the night before New Year's Eve back at the end of 2024 going into 2025. That was the last picture that we had seen of Celeste out and about, alive and well. There had been rumors that maybe January the 2nd was the last day that she had been seen. This is something that the private investigator Steve Fisher had put out there publicly. He had let everybody know that this was the last time that she had been seen. And now the photograph, the last living photograph of her, has circulated. And unfortunately for David, it ties back to him once again in some of the most suspicious ways possible. So there's a whole bunch of posts I'm going to break down to you in this video. And let's start with what Steve said when he posted the picture. He put this on his Twitter. He said, 1 year ago today, January the 2nd, 2025, is the date of the last known photo my investigation has uncovered of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. It's important to emphasize that law enforcement investigators have access to more extensive resources and may very well have images or evidence from after this date. This is not to suggest that anything specific happened on that date, only that it is the last confirmed time and date-stamped piece of evidence that I have showing that Celeste was alive. According to the image's metadata, the photo was taken at 5:05 p.m. on January the 2nd, 2025, and geolocation analysis shows it was taken in Baldwin Hills, California. Now, what's really interesting about this, here's the image I'll show you in full. It's a very interesting image. It shows Celeste. In my opinion, it appears very clearly to be her. And it's in an interesting location. It seems to be sort of on a roadside, near a property, a gated property. There's sort of a pathway going off there, but there's some very interesting things in the comments that I want to point out. It says, this image represents the last confirmed proof of life of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, January the 2nd, 2025, 5:05 p.m. in Baldwin Hills, California. There might be more evidence. This is the last publicly verified date-stamped confirmation that she was alive, and it's a critical piece of evidence. Now, straight away in the comments, our boy David is getting cooked, okay? He posted this, says, pictures I've taken instead of dropping an album, and somebody has circled this little product here. Can I zoom in? Can we zoom? Look at that. It's a hoodie with holes in it. That's already ominous on its own. Already ominous on its own. People said David. And I like when they address David personally, because I feel like it kind of gives like a, you know, it's kind of sticking it to him a little bit, because there's still been no accountability in the situation yet. So David, it's interesting how the sweater she was likely last seen wearing, your sweater, shows up here posted by you one day after her last confirmed proof of life, January the 2nd. She was found wearing a tube top. Coincidence? Only you know. People saying good catch. Yeah. The third of the first. Not a good look. Not a good look. It's the same hoodie. There it is. Very, very bad look, David. All right. I'm tired of seeing this guy's face. I'm actually really tired of seeing this guy's dumb face. It says, you can see her other clothes in the hamper. It just looks like a random everyday picture of his life while they were living together to me. He's obviously not the brightest criminal, but I don't think even he would be stupid enough to post something like that if she had just died. However, it does give me the creeps that the hoodie has rips in it, like a strange foreshadowing. It's a good point. Looks like there is a laundry basket. That looks like a girl's clothes, but you never know. David be dressing in the girl's clothes sometimes, and hey, nothing wrong with that. Okay, nothing wrong with that. But not a great look. It says the photo was posted 1 day after Celeste's last proof of life. It's an observation about ownership, timing, and a missing garment. Those things matter when reconstructing a timeline, especially when the hoodie most likely appears to belong to him, and Celeste was later found without it. So this is another post. It says, David, same hoodie model, different color, yours this time. Makes it interesting that Celeste was last seen in one, but found without the hoodie you also owned. So someone leaked this song in Discord last night, so I guess it's my sign to stop making you guys wait for stuff. It is ominous. Obviously, it doesn't mean anything. These hoodies are produced with all these rips in it, but it's a little bit creepy, right? People saying they were probably matching. Very weird to be matching with your underage GF, but hey, I don't know. I don't know how you guys get down. It says, what a sad end for this young woman. I know we change a lot throughout life, but she looks different in almost every photo. He traveled a lot. Was she left alone? I can only imagine the sadness of seeing her family, seeing these updates. We don't know if they really did everything they say they could. He was saying, guys, just a question, don't attack me. Is it certain that this young woman is Celeste? He was always with someone who looked like her. I think the police will do facial recognition, right? The woman in this photo seems to have a piercing between her eyes. Or am I imagining things? Those darn hoods were all the way over her face. I don't see any piercings, but it could be someone other than Celeste. Is there any confirmed pic of Celeste's side profile out there that can be used for comparison? I don't think that could be that's not necessarily a piercing. I think that, in my opinion, looks just like Celeste, but if it... And she looks small. But hey, if we want to cope and we want to act like this David kid is such a effing pussy ass bitch, I rock with that comment, I'm not going to lie. So basically, just this picture has been doing the rounds on all the Reddits, and people have just been giving their opinions on it, saying this is the last proof of life for Celeste 1 year on. People said, poor kid, I hope this wasn't her last night. And they have actually geolocated exactly where this photograph was taken. And there is actually a full Reddit post that kind of digs into this location and where it was found. They're saying this is the last location. It's on Hetzler Road in Los Angeles, I believe. And this is the last location she was seen alive. I guess it's up towards Santa Clarita. Oh, no, that's Santa Clarita up there. My LA geography... California geography is not the best, you know. I do be spending time there, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I guess, what's that, near Beverly Hills? That looks like near where he was living ish. I guess he was up in the hills. That'd be up here. People saying, how did you find it so fast? Good job. This guy says, I'm a PI in another life. I wish. All right, maybe Steve Fisher is hiring an understudy. He says, it's Celeste's last known alive location found by SF and not the official evidence, so we don't know exactly where she was last seen alive, but law enforcement would have more on this. Good luck. Well done with the picture. How did you find this? What date was the photo taken? If real, wow. SF posted the photo. Again, I do feel like SF is a little bit crazy with, you know, with drip feeding this information to the public. But hey, if that's how he wants to do it, that's how he wants to do it, man. But yeah, this has been going around a whole bunch of subreddits. Everybody's been kind of looking into it. Just, you know, really just mourning the loss of Celeste. We all want justice for her. Rest in peace. It really is sad, everything that went down. And, you know, it's been, like I say, it's not a year anniversary of her being found, but it's a year anniversary of the last day that she's officially been seen, and people are just desperate for an update. And this is just another different subreddit, but they're all noticing the same things. Playboy Carti's alt account also noticed that was the hoodie there. People saying, does anyone else look at this dude's pictures and think, man, what a total effing cornball. He was a cornball for sure. He's a cornball for sure. And he thought he was him. That's the thing. David thought he was him. And it turns out, if by him you mean a suspect, then yes, he is him. He is indeed him. All right? But he really thought he was him. I might be reaching, but it looks like she's wearing a tube top, or at least a tube top or tank top underneath that holy hoodie. You can see the skin of her upper back, but lower on the hoodie you can see a black shirt underneath. Good catch. Oh, no way. Is that true? Tube top? I personally can't see that. Are they saying that that's skin and then that's cloth of a hoodie? Obviously, the reporting was that she was found in a tube top. So if that's the case, who knows if that's actually when the murder took place, the alleged murder. That is crazy. It says, you're right, on the unedited photo, this has to be around the same time she died. It doesn't have to be, but they did say she was found in a tube top. That confirms what he said himself. The photo made my stomach drop. So sad. So people have been asking, was the photo of her double head on the tree and his knife photo the day before, or are they from the same phone? I think this is around the time she was killed. Also, keep an eye out for that jersey hoodie she has with holes cut in it. Maybe one of them is wearing it. So the photo of the mirrored head image of Celeste next. The mirrored head image of Celeste next to tree at night was taken on December the 30th, 2024, just before midnight. The image of David waving the knife around was taken a few minutes later. Both photos were taken in the vicinity of Figueroa and 3rd in downtown LA. Says, to be honest, I'm kind of exhausted on all the theories of what we're speculating because none of us know the truth. We just know this young lady passed away by the hands of this predator. Allegedly, justice for Celeste. We need to see justice at some point, okay? They're saying this is an image posted on X with the filter removed. It looks like it does match the color of the sweater found in his room. People saying it looks like it's right near the Culver City staircase. I tried to see if there were any events on that day specifically, but I couldn't find anything in that area besides potentially a film festival that might bring them there. But I did look up the address, and it's eerie. You can see basically exactly what she must have been seeing. People saying RIP Celeste, she probably had nowhere to go. She was at risk and taken. Yes, because they have broken up, but she was still staying with him, probably scared to go home. What's interesting, it says the January 2nd, 2025 post on his Extra David account of the death by smoking billboard is literally right next to this location. Wow. If this is the Culver City stairs, which is making me think that she was definitely probably alive during the beginning of those weird Japanese scenery photos. That's very interesting. I wouldn't say it's right next to it. A 13-minute drive's pretty close, but I wouldn't say right next to it. But hey, that, you know, you pop over there, take a little snap of the stop smoking billboard. I don't think that we for sure know she died on January the 2nd. That's just the only pictures of her being alive that we've seen in the public. So this is the actual location of this picture. Interesting. Wow. So that was that from his More David account. Wow. So is that depicting it's the same posts and the same railings, and like this is like the Culver City walk? Damn, that's crazy. People saying good thinking, Ginny. If anyone can pinpoint Google Maps or such, this overexposed image might help. I'm not talking about the location of Celeste's photo that others already targeted. The photo that Ginny shared from David's posts. Interesting. Looks like this to me, trying to figure out what part of the trail it's on. I have an all trails account. Sometimes it will tell you exactly where the image was taken on the trail, but no luck here. I did see it come up with a reverse image search as being a stroller-friendly trail, which would align with Peach's location as it could be right on or off of the path from main view. Wow, skills. So they found it. Is this the exact spot? Is that the exact spot? People saying the picture doesn't even look like her. I think the picture looks exactly like her, to be honest. Let's be real. It says it's interesting that Baldwin Hills has never come up before, as far as I'm aware, in any discussion of David in Los Angeles. Historically, Baldwin Hills was known as the Black Beverly Hills for becoming the center for the black middle and upper class. Especially from the 1960s onward, it attracted prominent black actors, musicians, and professionals due to its beautiful homes and views, despite restrictive covenants initially barring minorities from areas like View Park, which eventually integrated, creating one of the largest, wealthiest African-American communities in the nation. Why did David take Celeste there? I don't know, but I've talked about restrictive covenants in videos before, and that definitely was a very bad thing, restricting certain groups of people from having properties in certain areas. So yeah, that's an interesting little reference. But anyway, so he has a whole camera full of footage of her. He only released a couple of photos of her. It's David's old camera. And I kind of get where they're coming from with this comment. It says, I wish he would stop dribbling information and release all the images already. So is he just going to trickle the photos for the next couple of months? Releasing the photos doesn't harm the investigation. He also should probably give her family those pictures if he isn't going to show them to the public. And this is the Baldwin Hills Scenic Overlook. Baldwin State Park, located in Culver City, California, 26 minutes from the Vieira House and Doney House. Wish we could see the actual timestamp of the photo, but apparently we do know it. It's 5:05 p.m. 2025. Yeah, super creepy that the shirt has holes in it. Are the pictures of her all covered up with baggy sweatshirts and covering her face, or is there photos of her with David without being covered? No, because he was probably taking the pictures for him. He was probably taking them because she wanted pictures to prove that she was with him so she could tell her friends. That's why he covered his face and hers, but it came from her accounts. You've never seen her with anything revealing on either. She's been covered up since she's been with him. What little girl in these days and times doesn't want to show off their body? She was being controlled. I don't think... that's crazy. Why would a 13, 14-year-old child be in revealing clothing? From the pictures and videos I've seen of Celeste before, she even met David in person. She always dressed like a tomboy, hoodies, jeans, sweats, tennis shoes, and Crocs. That was her own individual style, not her being controlled and dressing like some of her peers. Okay. So there's just a couple more people that have reposted this in different subreddits. Probably have already seen a lot of this stuff. People saying, I can't believe it's been that long already. It's been a whole year since the last picture of her alive was taken. I hope she has justice soon. She deserves to be able to rest and have this settled. People saying, come on, LAPD. Come on, please. Come on, grand jury/juries, please. All right. And they're spotting the same hoodie. It's the, we're seeing the same stuff now at this point. Okay. I think we probably have seen everything new. Okay. Is this the last of it? I feel like we've seen it. I can't believe it's taken a year for him to be indicted. Everyone failed this little girl. Really sad, man. So look, we're all waiting for updates on this case. I personally, I've got a prediction. I think that there will be an arrest made in February. I don't know why. I just feel like February is a significant time. I feel like the police do like to kind of play these not games. I don't think games is the right word. I feel like the police like to be ironic with it and come through and arrest people on dates that are relevant. And the fact that Celeste went missing on Valentine's Day 2024, I think the idea that an arrest for justice for her might come on Valentine's Day 2026 would be a sweet poetic irony to stick it to whoever was responsible. And that's just my prediction. I just feel like I just have a feeling they're saying that, it might not be until February that this grand jury can actually make a move. I do feel like it would be one of those things where, these district attorneys and these cops, they do like to showboat a little bit and get creative with it. So it wouldn't surprise me if they go, you know what, we're gonna lock somebody up. We're gonna lock somebody up. Somebody on Valentine's Day of 2026. I would like to see that. Let's wait and see what's going on. But anyway, I'll keep you guys updated. There's a couple more David topics that I want to cover. Probably tomorrow. I'll probably work on it. I've been feeling a little bit under the weather over the last day or so. And as you can see, I'm wearing pajamas because I'm tired and I'm not feeling well. But I'm still popping out with content. I'm going to do one more video for you guys today. I appreciate you guys watching, and 2026 is going to be magnificent for you, for me, for everybody involved. Okay, so thanks so much for everybody that is supporting me. You are the greatest. All right, thank you so much. You can do it. 2026 is going to be magical for you. All right, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm out of here, gang. Bye.